What up world, Brett Pullen here. Welcome to another episode. I'm sitting down right now at my permaculture garden forest, whatever I want to call it. It's basically my house, and in the front yard I would say that's where it's gotten the most care, just because I'm trying to make it all pretty for the neighborhood. But that means it's gotten the most wood chips over time. That was the first place I hit, trying to kill the grass and make it pretty. So check out my YouTube video I put up a couple years ago. That's about how long the wood chips have been down and I've been building the soil. So really all I'm gonna do in this video is dig a hole for one of my golden raspberries that I'm putting into the food forest, just one of the over hundreds of edible plants that I have growing in Tacoma, Washington. I'm just gonna dig the hole and kind of just show you guys the dirt underneath the wood chips. We'll check it out, see how the soil's doing. So let's go. All right, so I put the shovel in the ground where we're gonna test the soil, and we're just here in my front yard. We got the Liberty apple, the Desert King fig, the pawpaw, the grape, pineapple, guava, etc. behind me. So I have a bunch of other plants underneath this batch of wood chips that I just put down like a few days ago, and I'm really just guessing where I'm not going to be digging up a plant right here. So we got the two raspberries, golden raspberries, try to put some things that people don't see every day in the front just to catch people's attention. But I'm gonna set up a tripod and film myself shoveling out this soil right here. All right, here we go. Hopefully there's not a fern under here, and I may not even turn off the video after shoveling this. But I think I'm gonna have to go two shovels down. So I'm just gonna kind of gently set this shovelful aside. We'll examine it in a minute, and then I'm gonna go down again to just see what the soil's looking like under there. I'm gonna just gently take that one off, and then we're gonna go down again because we haven't really gotten into any sandy soil yet at all. This looks like incredible growing conditions. Okay, so we hit a rock. It definitely, my yard is very rocky, so that tells me that I put a shit ton of wood chips down. That's what it tells me, because we're up like 12 inches from really any rocks at all. So and I did my best to scoop out the deepest stuff there. So this is the first shovelful, second and third. So the first one, okay, I'm gonna come around to this side. The first one, as you can see, it looks like this side is actually rockier. So somehow I thought this was the top when I put it in. So there's definitely some variance here how the soil settles, but this is looking incredibly like rich, dark, loamy soil, and it's really bright out right now. So honestly, in person it's looking a lot different than on camera. So this is also like very dark, to be honest. And then this is the third one down, and there's more sand in it, but it's still like excellent like potting soil conditions. Like this is the one rock that I pulled up from like the deepest, so I would guess that's like 10 or 12 inches down. So, and as you can see here, you can just like look at what's going on with the layers. So there is a chunk of more sandy rock right there, but right below it, it's like with this like rich dirt. So I just do lasagna gardening, so that's probably just a shovelful from one of these holes that I dug from the other trees, to be honest. And it's on top of some of the wood chips. And as we go down further, we got nice little worms down there, And I can't even get down to anything that's like harsh growing conditions. Like this, I could literally just plant vegetables right in these wood chips in just like a cup of potting soil. So, and the vegetables would just thrive and just like latch right onto the growing conditions. So this is super fertile. I would say I've put down 3 to 4 loads of like 4 inches of wood chips. So, and that's right over cardboard to kill off the grass. And I think that I did put some compost in this area because I have like 3 fruit trees growing right here, and you know, I'm trying to build up the soil in this area. So definitely I've treated the soil, but like you can turn just like rocks and grass into like great farm soil. Just to give you all reference, I'm at a spot in my food forest where I haven't put down any wood chips, and that's because I was digging a hole for a fruit tree and found all this carpet. So this spot used to be a dump site. I'm just going to kind of clean it up more before I start planting it out. And so obviously I haven't put wood chips on top of what I'm going to excavate. So right here, I put the shovel in the ground just randomly. Okay, so we got some pawpaws, persimmons over there, but right here, no wood chips. So, but right there is where the wood chips stop. I think I've started pulling up this cardboard, and that's kind of where the wood chips are laying after I pulled up that cardboard. So right here, I'm gonna just dig up the soil, show you what I got. So I literally just put this in randomly, and the shovel won't go down any further. I weigh like 175 pounds right now, and that's how far out this shovel is. So let's just dig this out. Okay, I'm doing this one-handed, but so just one scoop down, and it's getting quite sandy. It's not the worst, to be honest, but you know, we're getting a lot of rocks. I can't just dig it. The soil is just like very hard, you know, roots would have trouble growing very fast right here. But in the front, where I've cared for it, built up the soil using veganic, organic, better than organic growing methods, you know, the soil's very fertile. Thank you so much for watching. I think that's a great example when you intentionally care for an area on this earth and just layer garden, don't till your garden. Layer dead grass clippings, wood chips, sticks, leaves, whatever time of season it is, whatever you're putting in the yard waste, just layer down. And if in a few years you're gonna have some of the most valuable soil in your city. So I would say my soil is so much better than these farmers that are selling their land for whatever type of gardening. You know, my soil's fertile for whatever seed I want to plant in it. In the backyard, you could see where there was the trash piece of land. You know, I haven't put any wood chips down, and I can't even drive the shovel into the ground. And then in the front yard, like the shovel goes down like 1.5 feet, and I could have probably gone a lot further before it even like the shovel budged. So those are very like loose like soils where the roots are going to be able to just shoot out and grow super fast. Way to, you know, show you a lot more about permaculture, a lot more about just simple like sustainable gardening methods. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Subscribe to the channel. Definitely, like I'm not shilling a Patreon. I'm not you know, begging you for money. So definitely how you can support me is by commenting on my videos, liking my videos, you know, getting my content out to more people.